making Gumpaste flowers, and this week I have a new flower for you. I'm going to be showing you how you can make your own Gypsophila, which is also known as baby's breath. Now, this is such a pretty little flower and is so popular to add to wedding cakes and birthday cakes, but there is always a lot of discussion around whether you can add real Gypsophila onto your cakes. So by making your own Gumpaste Gypsophila, this is a great alternative to be adding onto your cakes. Okay, let's get started. So the things that we're going to need in order to make our Gypsophila is, first of all, I've just got some white gum paste, and this is the Squire's floral paste. I've then got some 24 gauge wire. Now I've cut some pieces down so they're around 3.5 inches and some other pieces down so they're around 2 inches. Now this wire is already covered in some floral tape, so we've got that green finish. And this is going to be great to work as the stems for the Gypsophila. I've then got some more floral tape, which I've tried to match a similar green. I've got some edible glue and some plunger cutters. Now, these are 2 of the blossom cutters by PME, and I'm actually going to be using this size, which measures around 9mm from the widest parts. But you could also go a little bit smaller. This one just measures 5mm across. I've then got my craft knife, a really small rolling pin and a paintbrush, some metal tools. So I just used the wire cutters to cut down my wire, and I've got some other ones which I'm going to use to bend my wire. I've also got a sandwich bag, or if you've got an airtight container, this is just going to help me so I can cut out a lot of my blossom shapes and I can add the gum paste into this until I'm ready to use it. Now the last thing I'm going to use is just this acrylic board, and I've chosen a blue one so you can see the white gum paste on it and see what I'm doing. This is just my PME veiling board and I'm using the back. Now I'm going to be making 2 types of Gypsophila flower and also a little bud, but first of all I'm going to take just a small amount of my white gum paste, and you want to roll this out until it's really thin. Now if you find that your gum paste or floral paste is sticking, what you can do is just pop down a really small amount of corn flour, which is going to help. So I'm just trying to roll that out as thin as I can, and you can just see my fingers through there. Now because my flowers are going to be so small, I don't want to roll out too much at a time as it can dry out. So I've just got this small piece. I've then got my blossom plunger cutter, and I'm gonna start cutting out some of those little flowers. Now, as well as flower buds, I'm gonna create one flower that looks like it's just starting to open. So for these ones, we'll need 1 blossom, and also some slightly larger flowers. So we'll need between 2 and 3 blossoms for each of those. I'm gonna place some of those into my sandwich bag just to stop them drying out, keeping a few out at a time. Now on each of the little blossoms, I'm gonna take my craft knife, I'm gonna cut in, so in the center of each petal, and I'm coming in around 2 or 3mm, so it just separates the tip of that petal. And as you can see, comparing them to my fingertip, they are quite tiny, so they can be a little bit fiddly. Now for the first one, this is going to be as if the flower is just starting to open. So I'm going to place a little bit of edible glue on the center, and also take one of the small pieces of wire, push this into the center of the blossom and just pull that up to the end. Now when the flower has come up, so you've got about 1 or 2mm of blossom before the end of our wire, I'm going to stop and just fold that blossom over so that it's in half. I'm then going to fold it again so it's in quarters, pinch that gum paste onto my wire and just start to work that around so it will stick and connect, and then on the end pull that over, hiding tip of the wire, and that's going to give us this tiny little Gypsophila that looks like it's just starting to open, and I can just pop that down to dry. Now for the full Gypsophila flower bud, we're going to need 3 of the blossom shapes. So I'm going to add a small amount of edible glue onto the center of each of those. And we're going to start in exactly the same way. So I'm just going to take the end of my wire, push that into the center of my flower, and just pull that all the way up to the end, just until that wire is slightly lower than the edge of the blossom. I can then fold that directly in half. So we've got that wire on the inside, and fold that again before pinching that bottom, just securing it to the top of the wire and lightly winding that round, and then positioning those cut petals. So that's given us the same shape as we had before. Now I'm then going to do exactly the same. So push that into one of those petals and pull that all the way up, bringing it slightly further than that gum paste that we've connected, and just really lightly pulling that round. Now you can either leave it like that, or you can do one more. So I'm going to do exactly the same, pulling that up and just lightly connecting that to the previous one. So there we have this little Gypsophila flower. So we've got a full blossom and just a partially opened one. Now, if you've ever looked at a stem of Gypsophila closely, the flowers seem to be in little clusters. So I'm gonna make a few of these in the 2 different sizes. Now, these ones I put on the shorter pieces of wire, and I'm gonna use these to make little clusters of the flowers. But these are all gonna be joined to one large stem. So I'm gonna use one of the pieces of wire that was 3.5 inches and just add one of the flowers to the top. So just by adding in those cuts with our craft knife, just separating the blossom, we get 10 tiny little petals on each of our shapes that we can just pull around just to give us this really pretty little flower. Now, as well as the tiny little flowers, I also want to have some small flower buds. So I'm going to take a really small amount of my gum paste. This one just measures around 3 millimeters in diameter. I'm just rolling that into a ball. Take one of the pieces of my wire and just dip the end of that into some edible glue. Push this into the bottom of my ball and just gently pinch that onto my wire, twisting it between my finger and my thumb. I'm then going to hold the little ball against my finger and using the back of my craft knife so it's not sharp, just push some lines in the side. So I'm just adding 4 in. I'm just going to push down on the top just to give me a really tiny little flower bud. And I'm going to do a few of those to go with the little flowers. So I'm just going to leave these until that gum paste and the glue has dried and those flowers are nice and secure on our wire. Now, once they're dry, I'm going to separate them into little piles of 3 or 4. You then want to prepare your floral tape. So the one that I've got here measures just over 1 centimeter in diameter. You can get thinner ones, but I'm going to cut this down. Now, the reason for cutting this down is our flowers are quite delicate. So if I try wrapping all of this floral tape around the outside, it's going to make it quite bulky. I then want to start adding some of these little flowers together. Coming down around 1 centimeter, bend that wire back around a 45-degree angle. All this is going to allow me to do is once I pull those flowers together, they're not going to be touching. You then want to pull the floral tape to activate it, and if you find that it's not sticking to itself, just add a small amount of water. But just by pulling it, this is going to activate the glue in the tape. Winding those 3 together and then just breaking that off before I get to the bottom. And you can go in, just move those wires around. So this is going to give us just a little spray of 3 flowers. I'm going to do exactly the same to all the rest. Now with the last one, I'm going to keep the longest wire straight and just bend over other 2. I'm going to start wrapping that around. Once I've come down around 0.5 centimeter, I'm going to take one of the other little collection of flowers and hold it where those flowers all join and just bend that back slightly. This is going to allow me to then place this against the side and start to wind that down. Once I've gone down around another 5 millimeters, I'm going to take my next one. Again, just bend those back slightly, and I'm going to put this one in on the opposite side. And you can add as many of these as you like, depending on how you want your flowers to look. So you might just want them all at one end, or you might want to create quite a full little collection of Gypsophila. I'm going to add the last one in, winding that floral tape round, and I'm going to continue going until I get right to the bottom. You can then go in and just move any of those wires around just to give you the look you're going for. Now, I don't know about you, but when I think of Gypsophila or baby's breath, you think of these really large clumps of tiny little flowers. So this is just going to be one little stem. So what you want to do is create multiple versions of this. I've got some slightly fuller stems, and I've got some where I've just kept all the flowers at the top. And what I want to do is put all of these together to create one large bunch. I'm going to start with one of those and bring in the rest of them in, placing them together, finding gaps for the flowers to fit into. And you can position these depending on the type of style that you're trying to create on your cake. So maybe you want to create small little bunches, or you want to create one large bunch for the top. Maybe you want to have the individual stems going around the side of your cake, creating a little border. And once you're happy with how that's looking, you can use some more floral tape just to bind all the pieces of wire together. You can then use a flower pick just to poke these into your cake. Now, one thing that I love about Gypsophila is it looks great on its own, or you can also use it in amongst other Gumpaste flowers. So here we've got it next to this really pretty white anemone. Now, I will put a link in the description below to another video tutorial showing you how to make this anemone. So here we have the finished Gypsophila. I really hope you've enjoyed this video tutorial and will be able to use it to add this flower onto your own cakes. If you have enjoyed the video, as always, don't forget to give it a like. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, then don't forget to subscribe to the Cakes Challenge YouTube channel. You can also hit the notification bell next to the subscribe button, and this will just alert you every time I upload a new video. Now, I will put a list of all the tools that I've used in today's video in the description below, along with some other videos that you might find useful. So until next time, bye!